The Deputy Governor of the Central Bank, Mr. Tunde Lemo, the Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Mr. Austin Oniwo, and the Director of the Budget Office, Minister Bright Okogu, were present. Well, the Senate, Victor Ndoma, and the Chairman of the Joint Committee, Senator Magnus Abe, made it clear that the public hearing focused on the management of the fuel subsidy and not the removal. The Petroleum Minister was the first to speak. She explained that subsidy figures were computed by the ex-depot price, the landing cost, and other factors.
To also ask his question.
Those who anticipated major revelations as to how federal government agencies managed the 1.5 trillion naira fuel subsidy would no doubt be disappointed. The Minister of Petroleum Resources, Mrs. Diezani Alison Madueke, was evasive as she fielded questions from lawmakers at a probe investigating the management of fuel subsidy.
So we have a combination of factors here that are all pointing in the same direction in terms of a more than usual increase in the daily consumption of petroleum products.
But Senator Bukola Saraki disagreed with the Petroleum Minister on how the cost of fuel subsidy jumped from 245.96 billion naira to 1.34 trillion naira. Hit with a barrage of questions, the Petroleum Minister appeared flustered.
Thank you, distinguished Chairman.
You said the increase was also due to increase in exchange rate. The figures submitted from Central Bank's figure also show that that is not true.
Minister of Finance also noted that there are fluctuations every month in the subsidy claims, but the lawmaker did not buy this explanation.
Factored into that estimate was also an expectation that over the years there had been talk of phasing out of subsidy, so we estimated and put in a notional amount for what that subsidy could be. Hence the difference between what you see in the 245.96 billion and the 1.348 trillion.
Don't you think there's a need for you to go back to the approving authority, that's the National Assembly, to come and get the approval to continue with your fluctuations?
Lawmakers then sought to know the reason why the country's refineries could not be made to work optimally to reduce the amount of crude imported and in the process reduce the amount spent on subsidy.
Even when in another 3.3 years or so, the greenfield refineries kick in as well with a further for approximately 450,000 barrels a day, we will still not be completely able to cover the requirements for PMS.
The question of whether fuel subsidy should remain or not was brought up at the probe.
The benefits of the subsidy are garnered more by the middle line operators, and very little is actually felt by the masses at the end of the line.
Lawmakers afterward told Channels Television that they were not entirely satisfied with the answers given by the government officials.
People need to understand that in dealing with the public, there are questions that won't go